Alright, I was reaming this puppy out, and as soon as I cut through the receiver here and run into the lug on the shotgun barrel, my little piece of aluminum give loose. Didn't work all that great. Maybe if I'd have made it out of steel, it would have bit a little bit better, or if I'd have made some bigger handles for it. But what I ended up having to do is actually I took this receiver and flipped it over and started from the other side. And then once I cut through, because the ears of the side of the lugs of the shotgun receiver, once I got into it, it would just bind, and then you had to have a lot of leverage. So basically what I did is I just took 2 3/8" wrenches, flipped the receiver over, and just used them as a handle like this, which is probably what my stupid self probably should have done to begin with. But anyways, we've reamed all the way through this thing. If you look and see, you can see that we have one straight plane all the way through the receiver. And then basically what we can do is we can take our new pin in and drive it back through the hole, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm going to clean all this metal up and then drive this pin back in. Right now I can't do it because of my my little contraption here, this little vice, little clamping system I made. It actually hits this bottom. If you look through here, you can actually see where it hits the shank of the jig. So I'll put this thing in here after I clean everything up, and then we'll drive her through. Alright, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this taper pin and I'm going to put me just a little bit of oil on here, and I'll start her. I'm hitting my jig, but basically it'll hold it from falling all apart on me. And I will take 1/2 inch. It'll be easier to go from this end. It's always good to have a cameraman to help you out to do this kind of rough stuff, because all this is better with extra hands. What we're going to do is we'll just take this whole jig completely out of the way, like so. I'm not worried about skinning up the receiver because it's all got to be reshaped anyways when I redo the metal on it. I'll take the bolt for the stock down out of here. Alright, now that's out of the way. Our pin's all the way through. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drive this puppy in until it gets thick, it gets real tight. Now, that's pretty tight, but we want to make real sure. I'll loosen this up. We'll turn it over and look how it looks on that side. Loosen that table rise up. Tighten her back up. I'm gonna get our really big damn hammer. Alright. Got the really big damn hammer, and usually we only have to put a couple of hits on this thing. Alright, that's pretty good right yonder. So basically we'll take that off, and if you see here, we have a replaced pivot pin. So everything should be all good and hunky-dory. Once we put it back together, it should give us a proper hinge, like so. And then we should be able to lock it back once we're done. Alright, I'm going to take and clean all this up, and then we'll just cut this pin basically off pretty flush to where we can take a hacksaw and cut this pin off.